I'm 21 now, started sewing when I was about 13, and got into fursuiting when I was about 16, 17. The name of my company is Fursuit of Happiness Studios. We started it close to a year ago. We make fursuits, which can be anything from small parts up to full suits with body padding. But Shelby and I started working together, and it just kind of went from there.
I have been fursuiting since last August. It started out as a very cathartic thing for me. My second head that I actually carved the day that my great-grandfather passed. I spent a grand 5 days just working on his foam, working through these things in my mind and in my heart. It was something that needed to happen.
It's a little bit like you're free from all the social limitations. You're running around as a giant animal. People expect you to be big and bold and have fun with it.
I'm not a good performer. I like to hide in the corner and make the sews.
When I'm out of fursuit, I am more reserved. Once I'm in my fursuit, it's an excuse for me to be loud and very cutesy. Hello, hello, I am a big friendly dragon. Please pet me.
If people went into a furry convention, they'd probably find it kind of boring. We run around with our friends, we hang out, we have parties. It's pretty boring. It's not boring.
I go to college, I have a job. I'm a normal member of society that sometimes dresses up like a giant fluffy dragon and squeaks.
Allured me to fursuiting, I think the most, was these are your own characters. There are qualities of myself that go with my persona, but I don't really like to let them mix because I feel like these are characters and this is me.
It is absolutely not a sexual fetish at all. There's a fetish for belly buttons, and yet you still, see people walking around in midriff shirts and bikinis.
It isn't a sexual fetish for me. Wearing one of these suits is very much like wearing a couch. You're covered in fur and foam, and it gets easily up to 120 degrees in there. Personally, that's not my jam.
I've been making costumes for going on 6 years now. This one is my last costume that I made. I finished him in September. I try to make everything as anatomically proper as I possibly can. I'm working on a book project showing how to make these costumes from start to finish. The community came together and I've gotten $17,000 to make this book. I'm going home from this convention and getting right back into work on it. I'm really excited.
My daughter basically came to me saying that this was an area of interest for her for creative purposes. My daughter likes to build and craft, and she's an artist. She draws, she dances, any form of expression. She came to me saying, hey, there's this fursuit convention, and there's a lot of people that wear the suits that are like me. It really was odd for me to see 40-year-old men doing that. And I noticed a couple of guys that were dressed in Star Wars outfits and had lightsabers. And I instantly was drawn to that because I'm a Star Wars nut. If you're looking at that and not seeing anything weird, why is it weird to see them wearing fursuits? And it challenged me to look at things in a different way.
People don't really like to be seen taking their head off because the term for it is ruining the magic. You go to this place to escape. You don't really want to be connected to your human self sometimes. The first time I was really exposed to furries was I was 13 and my best friend's older brother got a fursuit. I didn't know what the heck it was. but I knew I wanted one. I'm around 16, I decided to pick up and try to make one. And it was horrible. But I loved that suit so much, and I just kept going from there.
My impressions of the fursuit community were fairly negative. Now that I'm here and I see what's going on, I think overall the community is very good. She's been able to meet up with some other young ones. Some kids like to go to amusement parks and ride rides. She's not one of those kids. If this is her amusement park thing, then I can see doing that.
We have been promoting. Usually what we'll do is when Shelby's in suit and I'm not, I'll follow around with business cards, because if you have large claws, it's very hard to hold anything, and obviously these don't really come with pockets.
We're just adults trying to have fun in a safe setting and bring some happiness to some people's lives, because it's a step away from reality. It's a step away from the hustle and bustle to see a big cat walking around.
And also, how often do you get to wear art?
Everyone's a little bit weird. Life's more fun when you're weird.